Hi, welcome to the Octogenarian channel. What I'm going to do today is talk about resistance training using resistance tubes. Just so we know that what we're talking about. This is a resistance band. They have their uses, but we're not going to use these. We're going to use their big brother, resistance tubes. So let me just put this out of the way because we're not using it. We're using a resistance band set. I bought this set for about $11 on Amazon. Now, you can buy this set or you can spend $25, $30 and buy that set. They're almost identical. The difference between the $11 set and the $25, $30 set is you manually have to put these clips on. No big deal. So the clips will come separate from the bands. So you will have to take this and manually put a clip on a band and then clip it into the handle. So if you want to save 20 bucks, go on Amazon and buy the least expensive set. There isn't much difference between the least expensive set and the most expensive set. In the box came the bag. The bag had the bands and the clips, and most importantly, the anchor. So let's start with the anchor, and let me show you how the anchor works. We're going to walk over to a door. This is the anchor, and the anchor has this rubber tube here. And let's say here is the door. We're going to work inside the house. We simply take the tube, put it inside the door like that, close the door, slip the band through, and you have an anchor. Okay? Now, the anchor can go at the top, at the midpoint, or even at the bottom. Now you say, well, what if my door opens inward? Inward, no problem. Just take the anchor like this, put it at this end of the door where the hinge is, close the door, and you're inside now working it. Again, pulling it, no problem. So that's how we use the anchor. We're going to use the anchor at the top, at the midpoint, or chest high, or at the bottom. We're going to do all three. The height, the door is about 80 inches. This is a little shorter than 80. So I have a setup that I've done, weather is nice, workout outside. Now, in the box also, we have a set of directions and a set of exercises, which you may or may not use. I'm going to do the basic exercises, but feel free to do any of the exercises in here. Some of them work really nice. Some of them add lower body to this. I am just going to be doing upper body. Another feature of the set is this bag. And you take this bag, you put all your stuff in it, you put this bag in a corner of your luggage. You're on vacation, you're in a hotel, you're in a motel. You know what they have in some of these places. They say they have an exercise room. One machine, 2 bikes. You can get a full workout in your room. Your room has a door, and you have your exercise tubes with you. So there's no excuse while on vacation not to have a workout or to go out and try to find a gym. So keep that in mind. I'm also going to tell you the disclaimer before starting any exercise program. Please see your physician. Please make sure that you're okay to do the exercises. What I'm going to do now is set up the system that I use. When you order this, order a couple of extra carbiners. Go on the site. For a few dollars, you can get 3, 4, or a set of 10 carbiners. You only need 3 extra carbiners, and I'll show you why right now. Here's your set. They're all together. Maybe you only want to use a green. It's rated 30 pounds. Ignore the poundage. Just say light resistance to heaviest resistance. So it goes from 10 to 50. So let's say you want to use just the light resistance. You don't want to have to take all of them off just to leave one and then connect them again. If you take a carbiner and you put it around all of them, it keeps them together. So let's say you want to work with just one. Let's say you want to work with the black one. That the black one has a rating maybe of 30 or 40 pounds. It doesn't matter, but that's the one you want to use. All of these are together. You take a carbiner and put it just around the one you want to use. And that's the one you're going to use. That's the one you're going to be pulling on. The others are all going to be on there, but they're not going to be involved. Here's a full set. Okay? Notice I have 2 carbiners on it. One carbiner keeps the set together so they don't flop all around. And one carbiner you can take. Let's say I decide I want to exercise the black one. Put it on. Take my handles. Everything is all together, but the only one that I'm using is the one I chose. This happens to be it says 40 on it. I can put 2 on, 3 on, 4 on, doesn't matter. But I never have to disconnect and connect again, just by having these 2 carbiners. One to keep them together, and one is my selector. Okay? Now, very important, make sure that these are tight. You don't want to be pulling and then, whoa, let's go. I have these secured here, top, that's 80 inches. One here, mid, depending on where your mid is, someplace between your belly button and your chest. And then one on the bottom. For simplicity's sake, what I'm going to do is use one. Just one. Now ordinarily, I use the full set and just select the one I want. But for clarity, I just chose the blue. Why blue? I don't know. Everybody, it seems like everyone on television is wearing a blue suit, so I wore a blue outfit. But before we even start, one, non-slip surface. 2, the stance. You don't want to be straight like this because the tendency is to pull forward or to use your body to pull back. And I'm going to show you how I eliminate that, because I do the same thing. You know, I make the same mistakes everybody makes. You also want to do a little stretching. And I mean a little stretching. That would be right hand over left shoulder, push up, far as you can, without it hurting you. Hold it for a slow count to 30. Repeat, left hand, right shoulder. Kind of loosen them up, because that's what you're going to be using. Next, clasp your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and just slowly lower your body down. Lower it, lower it, lower it. At the same time, raise your hands up. Again, we're kind of loosening up the shoulders. The stance. If you stand like this, you're going to pull forward. You want to be, let's say, shoulders apart and 1 foot behind the other, like a boxer. You're ready to go. Keep your feet loose, one behind the other, whichever is more comfortable for you. Your hands are going to do the work, right? But you have more stability. Notice I've used a piece of carpeting here. You just want a non-slip surface. With that in mind, we're going to begin our exercises. Now you'll notice that I'm wearing a support belt. For those of you who have any kind of back issues, I recommend them. I don't really have any back issues, but this helps me stand straight. It reminds me that when I'm doing my exercises, I don't want to use my body weight to pull back. I don't want to let the resistance band pull me forward. Just feeling this on me allows me to stand straight. So let's start with the exercises. I usually start up, work my way down. Now, depending on your height, you may want to stand and do it, but it turns out at 80 inches, it's much more convenient for a lot of these exercises for me to sit and do it. So if I want, I can go right under it. And I can do my chins. Now I tend to do sets of 30. So I could do my chins. Palms are facing me. I can do my pull-ups. Palms facing away. I could do some triceps. Just straight down. Now you say a lot of this is repetitious. It sure is. And it uses the similar muscle groups, but each one exercises a different muscle. Now, going to stand and work on my chest. Far enough away, pull out. Again, 30. Now when you're pulling out, that's fine. But if you let it go back quick, the band is doing the work. So come back slow. Out, slow back. Out, slow back. Don't let the elasticity do your work. You just fight it on the way back. Now, we can go ahead and we can do another exercise by locking our elbows. And again, you could sit or stand. And that does another set of muscles. We're locking our elbows. We can do the same thing, palms facing us, locking our elbows. Palms facing each other, do the triceps, locking our elbows. So basically, what I'm saying to you is you can do exercises arms extended. You can do exercises elbows locked. You could do exercises, arms extended, palms away, palms to you, palms facing, either like this, and you can also do these. Now, let's say we've done this. Let's say we want to turn around and grab these. And now come around from the back. Pull out, slightly down, slightly down, slightly down. And we can also take and lock our elbows and do this down, again, down, again. You can also control how much resistance there is by pulling down on one, shortening the length, and then coming down with one at a time. And that gives you even more resistance. Same thing here, coming down one at a time, giving you more resistance. So we've done a few up here where we've worked on our chest, we've worked on our triceps, we've worked on our biceps, we've worked on our shoulders, and now we're ready to go to the center. We want to be in a solid position. We want to keep our back straight. And let's say we start with biceps. Just pull towards you. Now just kind of light. Move back a little. Get more resistance. You'll find as you get stronger, you'll get a higher level band. A band with less elasticity. And again, palms up, 30, palms down, 30, palms facing each other, 30. Okay? Now this I did elbows locked. Once more. Then we're working the chest down. Again, we're working away from the body. You're saying, well, didn't you just do that up there? Yes, I did. And they're using the same muscle groups, but because of the position of the band, one set of muscle groups are used more than the other. So even though it looks repetitious, you are using different muscle groups. And again, we can do that. We can do this again, coming in like this, out, out, elbows locked, standing straight, elbows locked, elbows locked, elbows locked, and then reversing. And boy, you will feel it. If you put enough resistance on, you won't be able to do it, but you will feel it. You can also go back like this. I mean, most of these exercises are common sense. I mean, there's only a certain amount of things you can do with them. Again, you can take this and go switch them in the back, come around, again, come around with them, working the shoulders, come around with them, keeping your body straight and stable. Now you might want to increase the weight if you're just doing a straight pull. Again, increase the weight, work further back. And Again, I'm cautioning you, the anchors, test the anchors before you start. You don't want one of these things coming off and getting smacked in the face with a carbiner. So, as you see, this Velcro is strong stuff. The last set of exercises, again, they're all similar. At the bottom now, where have I seen this exercise before? The rowing machine in a gym, right? So we're going to row. Palms facing, we're going to row. Palms down, we're going to row. Palms up. We're doing the shoulders, we're doing the biceps. Again, you can stand and continue the same motions that we've done before. Outstretched hands. Notice now we're pulling down. You're doing the lower part of the pecs. You've done the upper part of the pecs. Again, pulling. Shoulders. Triceps. Again, all I've done is change the position of my palms. Palms up. Palms down. Again, you can reverse. And now we're lifting up, doing curls. Again, we can lock our elbows and work individually. Now these are only just a few of the exercises that you can do. One last exercise. Back, grab a decent amount of resistance. That means a lot more than the ones that I'm using. Stabilize yourself and only use your trunk to come down. That means your arms are not involved, they're just holding. Now there's a machine like this in the gym. It's the ab machine. Again, down, up slow, down, up slow, down, up slow. Put enough weight on this and you're doing your abs. You can knock this off first. You could do it at the end. Whenever you want to do it. But don't miss doing the abs. The abdominal muscles build core, and the core will keep your back strong. Other than that, there are plenty more exercises on the sheets provided. Good luck and have fun with this.